Welcome everyone. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for checking into the channel. Today is June 19th. We're in the middle of eclipse season. I decided to come on board and do your eclipse readings. It's been challenging, I have to say, and I'm sure all of you are in many different states on your path. Facing challenges, moving through them, coming out the other side. And so I thought I would stop by and check in and offer you some readings and some guidance for this eclipse season. We're in the middle of it. The 20th, 21st is the second eclipse. The third eclipse is going to be on July 5th. And we just started Mercury retrograde. So why I'm doing these on Mercury retrograde, I don't know. But I think hopefully the messages will still come through that you need to hear. I'm doing okay. I hope you are too. And without further ado, here come your eclipse season readings. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading for this eclipse season. I've gone ahead and shuffled the cards ahead of time. I've laid them out. I've said my prayer. And we're using 3 different decks today. We're using the Thoth deck, and I've pulled 4 cards from the Thoth deck. We're using the Pagan Otherworlds deck over here just for some little extra information. And then I pulled the Oracle card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. Okay, so I've already said my prayer, but let's go ahead and say it together so that we get on the same wavelength and you tune into the intention that I set for your reading for this eclipse cycle that we're in the middle of right now. So I ask that the white light surround us, the light of protection, understanding, and healing. I ask that my guides come through and speak clearly this day for Leo's understanding. May all of my Leo viewers' intentions be heard and answered, and I ask that this reading be for the highest and best of all concerned. I ask this through all my teachers. Please show us the messages and energies for the sign of Leo for this mid-eclipse season, mid-eclipse cycle of June and July 2020. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Leo, as I was shuffling your cards, the cards were really unwieldy, and I had to really work to find a good way to shuffle them. It was they were falling out. It was really hard. So I don't know if that energy is what you're feeling as this eclipse season is happening, but it was interesting because it was markedly different from all the other readings I've done so far, where the cards were just shuffling pretty easily. So there's a subset of you Leos that might be feeling really discombobulated right now, and we'll see what the messages are as we turn the cards over for you. And just as a side note, if you're new to my channel, this is a channel for folks who are on a spiritual journey, who know they're on a spiritual journey, and who are looking for guidance and messages to walk their journey in a good way. So a lot of my messages tend to be focused on the spiritual aspects of life, spiritual growth, self-improvement, ascension topics, things like that, clearing emotional energies. I label them as love and spirituality because ultimately what we are is pure love, and so I want to make sure that is called out and named on my channel. But just a side note, because I know that there are new folks who are coming onto this channel and I didn't put that in the intro. Okay, so Leo, let's pull your cards and let's see what you've got. First card up is the Four of Cups, and in the Thoth deck it's called Luxury. And then the next card that you have is the Six of Cups, and this one is called Pleasure. Okay, so far so good. The third card you have the Princess of Wands in the upright. I really love this card. And then for the fourth card, you've got the Nine of Discs in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the Thoth deck is called the card of Gain. And so that's in reverse. Okay, let me just tune in to the energy of the cards and see what they have to say. You know, Leo, here you are in your element right here. For the most part, it looks like this eclipse season has you in a space of really easeful balance. Um, you may be feeling, so the Four of Cups, you might be feeling some emotional fulfillment at this time. I know usually the Four of Cups is an emotional, un, emotional dissatisfaction card, but in this deck, the cups are all full. You're feeling this sense of luxury and this sense of, all is right in the world. It's almost kind of leaning into the Seven of Cups energy where there's too much options, but so far it's not quite the seven, it's the four, right? So there's this feeling where you're emotionally fulfilled, you're emotionally all right. There might be a little bit of, well, what's next, but I'm not too worried about this. The Six of Cups right next to you also speaks of emotional tenderness. There's a lot of sharing that's happening. There might be at this time, Father's Day just happened. Folks are starting in the United States anyway. Many states are beginning to reopen that have been closed for many months, and so there might be this sense of nostalgia for the past and looking forward to it opening. And here you are, you're just like ready to have a great summer. It seems like, right? You've got the tiger by his tail, and you are ready to go. So that's the energy that sort of surrounds you during this eclipse cycle. And the fourth card is usually what Spirit wants to say about it, and you've got the Nine of Discs in reverse, and I just want to tune in. I almost want to pull a clarifier, but before I do that, I'm just going to tune into the card. Okay, some of your material wealth has been upended by this, by the world events of the last few months. So there is an imbalance there that you're feeling, and it might be, this is the card that was speaking to the feeling of being discombobulated. Well, things are going, my relationships, for the most part, the cups are relationship cards, they're going okay, like nothing's too unwieldy. I'm feeling like I've got this internal energy of just wanting to go. The most unbalanced place, it looks like, in your life is your sense of financial independence, perhaps, and your sense of financial stability. The Nine of Discs card is that beautiful card of, how do I put it? It's like, I have all that I need, right? She's very self-sufficient. He's very self-sufficient, independent, really good at manifesting attaining their worldly desires. And so when it's upside down, there's been some shift in that. So, okay, fairly straightforward energy. Usually when the cards are like this and it's really good, then I'm not too worried. But let's keep going. Actually, let's not. Let me tune into whether there's anything else that the guides want to say about that. Yeah, they're saying count your blessings. So this is a time when, because of the things that are going so well in your life compared to other people in your community, perhaps, or perhaps the other people in the greater world that you live in, all in all, Leo, I see that you're doing pretty well. So count that blessing as a blessing. Like, really take that in as a gift that the universe has given you, because it could have been so much worse for you, and it's not. So let's open up these cards. The Pagan Other. This card jumped out while I was shuffling for you. I'm going to have to tune into whether this is the waning moon or the waxing moon, but that's there. I believe it's the waning. And then you've got the Hermit in reverse. Okay, I'm just going to do a really quick, I know I should know this, I follow the moon so often, but I'm just going to do a really quick search for that same image on my phone. And the waning moon looks like images. Okay, so this is not the waning moon. This is the waxing moon. Okay, and then you've got the Hermit in reverse. That's the card of Virgo. So hold on one quick second while I tune into what these two energies are saying. I think what's happening is that it's a message about timing, right? The timing is during the waxing gibbous moon, when the moon is about to become full. So right now we're in a new moon. So about a week and a half, a week and 3/4 from now, when the moon is about to become full, that will be a time when the Leos will be ready to come out of hermit mode. Hermit mode is, they're pretty solitary, very monk-like, nun-like, stoic, shining the light within, looking within for answers. I believe that many of the people on this, in this community who tune into my channel are probably spiritual seekers and likely have been tuning in quite a bit. So what I'm hearing is at the end of this next moon cycle, right when the moon is about to become full, that's when all of the activity is going to snap into place, and you will get this surge of energy to just be you, just be you, just be you. That's going to be the middle of Cancer season, so it will still be water energy at that point. But no worries, right? You'll begin to start feeling yourself, and I bet by the time Leo season really kicks in, end of July, beginning of August, you're going to be in a much better place. Although, like I said, count your blessings, this is not so bad. Just tune in for any other messages for my Leo viewers for this reading. What else can I say? As I tune in, I'm getting this little pocket of heat and warmth in my heart. So the heart center is going to be a place where you can really tap into the seed of your next step and to keep you connected as you navigate the next few weeks forward of this eclipse. What I'm seeing you leaving behind is the quiet and the contemplation. There's a little bit more contemplation that needs to happen, and then, really use these next 2 weeks to focus on the blessings of the good relationships in your life, the blessings of the good community in your life. You may witness the upended wealth cycles perhaps in your life, but don't focus too much on that. That's just a natural outgrowth of the state of the world at the moment. Let's see what your oracle card is. So Leo's oracle card is, it's a beautiful one. Can you see that? It's called Balancing Act. I'm going to turn on the lights just because it's got dark all of a sudden. So see, she's got that ship that she's looking towards that's coming in. Very beautiful ethereal card. If I go too close, we lose the light, so I just want to hold it up and I'll read to you what it says. It's also the number 11, which is a master number. Oh, the ship is on a bubble, and she's holding that bubble on a string, and she's kind of either tugging it towards her or keeping it steady as it moves along the course, right? So you're really feeling like it's a tight rope walk to keep your life balanced at this time, even though there's lots of good things happening, even though, emotionally it's feeling good. Look at the difference between these two cards. This is your typical energy, Leo. You can really just dive right in and swim in the waters, and you're having to be like this. Like really just mindful of the knife's edge of that tightrope so that the ship doesn't get damaged and the dream keeps moving forward. I feel like for a lot of you who are priests and priestesses and druids, you're just holding steady that vision of the world that you want to create, of the world that you want to see happen, and it can be a knife's edge, right? So that's another message for you for this eclipse season. Just tuning into any other messages that may want to come through. I'm going to read actually from the book. Balancing act. You are calm within, no matter the fluctuation of outer conditions. There are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Perhaps you're unsure of your footing. Now is the moment to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord, and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced, focused, and level path. Beautiful. Okay, so that is your reading. What I see with the additional input of this oracle card for you, Leo, is that like at the beginning when I was shuffling the cards and they were kind of going all over the place, you might be feeling like life is all over the place now, but what's real is that there are two arenas of your life at least: your relationships, your friendships, your community, and your emotional fulfillment that are feeling really good, as well as you feeling like yourself. A lot of the other signs were feeling not like themselves, and you have the blessing of feeling like yourself right now. So use that as you balance this. There's only one card that was really upside down, which is this one. Granted, there's a lot of projects, perhaps, or things and irons in the fire with this card, right? It's 9 pentacles. So maybe that's the thing that needs to be honed in steadily and looked at. But regardless of that, I am sending you a lot of love, a lot of support for this next 2 weeks. Please reach out if you need a reading that's more personal to your situation. But if not, I hope that this gave you a little bit to go on for the next couple of weeks as the eclipse cycle moves through, and I hope that we all come out the other side with new clarity and new understanding of what our next chapters will be. Be well, Leo. Take care. Bye-bye.